What's good, y'all? It's your boy Rel, and here's another episode of the Reckless Rel podcast. To my right, it's
Lady K.
and we got another special episode for you guys. Before we get into the topics, I just want to let everybody know we are going to add a segment for everybody to be a part of the show.
Yep.
So now we're going to have it where we would like it if you guys send us questions and give us some things to talk about so we can make this show way more enjoyable for everybody. Stay with us, stick with us. We have a whole lot more to reveal, but it's a process, and we just appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. So what do we got for today?
All right. We're gonna start with: is there a gender role for making the first move?
I mean, it depends.
I don't think there is. I think I used to when I was younger. I definitely thought y'all were supposed to ask us out.
Mm-hmm.
But now I feel like it can go either way. You can send a hate message. He can send a hate message. It just go from there. I don't think it should really matter. I don't think it's your job.
That's true. But at the time before you thought it was a way, do you feel like it's less of a man if he don't try to talk to you first?
No.
That's now, but what have you thought before? Like,
Before,
how was your process?
And not really all me. It's just kind of what, I guess you could say, like, you kind of talk. That, like, that's y'all job to do it. But then you realize that sometimes if we wait on you, we ain't never going to get nobody. So sometimes it's okay to just ask. Shit, that's how I got you. I just said, hey.
Damn, tell her I'm being it.
Hey.
That's funny, but I think I agree with you, but I think it's a limit to everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, as a man, a lot of times we do the chasing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we chase, and usually the ones we want be the wrong ones anyways.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing about women, because y'all usually know what y'all want.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, I definitely say it just got to be like some kind of a mutual feeling for each other.
Definitely.
So, like, you can say hey to me, but if I ain't really giving you that time of day, you just need to be like, I'm cool on that. And just vice versa. Like, if I'm trying to talk to somebody and they be like, nah, I'm cool on that, I ain't finna keep chasing you, bitch. Like, this ain't no...
You ain't, but everybody else will.
Well, that's why we have the term now, thirsty.
That was very thirsty, very, very thirsty.
You know what I'm saying? So let's take it to another level. If you feel like it's cool to do that, how about a woman proposing to a man? Oh.
Me personally, I'm not gonna propose to you, but if don't do it. And I only say that because I feel like y'all know. The ones I feel like that are proposing to y'all aren't really sure if their man wants to marry them. So to rush it and speed it up, they go ahead and ask. But I feel like y'all have to do that on y'all terms. Because if you're doing it on our terms, I don't feel like it's going to last. Even though it could be, and not last anyways. But I just feel like y'all need to do it when y'all are ready.
It's funny because I guess I could be kind of hypocritical when it comes to this particular topic, but right. I also feel like it's okay. And
it's okay?
No, I'm saying it's okay as in the aspect of me being a little hypocritical. Hypocritical. Because when we was talking about it earlier, I was like, there's really no gender roles. Mm-hmm. Everybody should be able to do a little something.
Right.
So you could be there for one another. But for a situation like this, if you a man and you ain't trying to get on your knees and propose, and you had a nerve to allow a woman to propose to you, you need to be asking yourself, what is your role in the relationship? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Because it's one of those things where, like, it's the pride of the man type thing.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, women control sex, men control the relationship. So a lot of times y'all can be like, oh, I can handle this relationship by not giving him sex or giving him sex, because y'all know that's what men really be wanting.
Definitely.
And then it's the same for men when it comes to relationship. Y'all control the sex to let the man know, I'm trying to be in a relationship. Mm-hmm. He'll be like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I'm still trying to have sex.
Right.
So it's like that's the power dynamic of it. But if you fuck around and be like proposing to me, now I kind of feel like I lost some kind of a piece of me around it, man.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's my role to do. That's me showing you how much I really love you. Because most times women love way harder than men anyways.
Definitely. Do not get on your knees, ladies. That is not your job.
Please don't. The only time you need to get on your knees, you know what you need to do. That's the only time you need to get on them knees.
God bless.
Yeah,
We are not doing that. We are not doing that.
Yeah,
we are not doing that.
Straight line.
But I feel like usually, anyways, when y'all get on y'all knees, well, when women get on their knees, I don't feel like they be saying yes, anyways. So protect your feelings and just stand up.
I don't know. I seen some of them dudes.
Oh,
For me.
At that point, I don't think I could talk to you.
You really, really love me.
Can't do it.
This topic been coming up a lot lately, and I feel like this is a good conversation that me and you can have. Now that me and you are together, is your friends my friends?
They better not fucking be.
Okay, before y'all be quick to judge, at least allow her to explain why she's saying what she's saying.
They can be like your associates. You know, if you need some, I'm trying to do this for her, girl. What
Right.
can I, cool. But y'all don't need to be talking all the time. Y'all don't need to be doing all that. You don't need to go to their house. They don't need to do that. Y'all ain't going to brunch. I'm cool on that. Because it's already hard enough if you was to have a female friend, let alone a female friend that's my friend. I don't think that's cool. But I don't think y'all need to have no beef. I just don't think y'all have anything to discuss.
Okay, so let's go a little deeper in that. Where's the line drawn for communication with your significant other friends? Because you're saying I could contact this person, but in what way? Can I have their number? Yeah.
I would say you can have the number, and for me, it's more so emergency purposes. And I say stuff that, or like I said, if you're trying to plan something, you might need to know. Instagram or social media you can have, but like for me, I don't have notifications. So if it is an emergency and you trying to write my homegirl or write somebody, they might not have notifications, but your phone always gonna go off. But if y'all texting how we texting, that's different. But if you just like, damn, I ain't heard from her in a few hours, she supposed to be with y'all good, that's one thing. Or if it's like, oh, I'm trying to surprise her for her birthday, what you think we should do, or can you assist me with that? That's cool to me as well.
I don't want your friend's number.
Of course you probably don't want it, but if you have it, you just have it. But you can have my sister's. That's enough.
I was about to say that's different because especially if your goal in a relationship is marriage, your sister should be my sister-in-law, so we should have some type of relationship in that regard.
Correct.
But a friend,
you got enough friends.
Okay, we talking personally, but in the sense of like being able to have their number, I'm with you. I don't really feel like you should have their number.
Right.
Now, if y'all follow each other on social media, I'm cool with that.
That was my next question.
Y'all can follow each other on social media all you want around a bit, because like you said, at the end of the day, you might want to surprise me. So you might be like, the best way to contact this person is through social media. Definitely. Because it ain't, you can't, well, you can, you could do anything, but it should be more of a respectful thing, because it ain't like you could personally get in contact with them. Like you said, everybody don't be on their Instagram like how they would be if they was texting you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. That's about my line too. Follow each other. I'm cool with that.
And if it's not an emergency, then write them on Instagram. But if it's some shit you need to know right then and there, you might have to. But you also probably wouldn't have all my friends' numbers. I'll probably get you with one friend, and that's the friend that you can contact if need be. But if anything ever happened or you hand me your phone, they number shouldn't be way at the top. Like, it shouldn't just be a constant communication thing for me. I also wanted to talk about, what was it that I seen? Oh, about your friends staying at your house. Oh, I ain't doing that either. I'm sorry. I know they'd be like, it's a trust thing, so that means you don't trust your man or you don't trust your friend. It's not that I don't trust you. I just feel like things happen. Like, if your friend needs somewhere to stay, I don't really know how I feel about that, because you get comfortable. You want to walk around in your little shorts. You want to do this. That's true. Might not always be home. And I might trust you, but damn, we might be having a beef right now. And I would hope that some shit wouldn't happen, but you never know. Everybody human. So in order to avoid all of that, you go where you go. But I seen the thing when it was like, I'm paying for you somewhere to stay. I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on
Not
that as
doing
well.
that.
Cause let's be honest. Shit, I got family that I wouldn't even be like, hey, you can't come in right here. Hey, this is my household.
Right.
Like you said, I want to be able to walk around in bed however I like to feel. I don't want to feel like it's no restrictions.
Right.
No, none of that. And like you said, when you doing something like that, the only way it makes sense is if we like out of town together.
Yeah. Out of town,
like
that's
that.
one thing. But
Like if we got a cabin or something
right.
like that. But somebody also brought up a good point too. I feel like the only way it'll be acceptable is if they came together with their significant other.
Oh yeah, definitely. If y'all are together and
then
you got somebody,
yeah,
that's different. But you just come into my house, no. And
I'm
the thing is, it ain't even all just trust. People be jealous on the low. People be feeling some type of way on the low. So if I'm telling them a whole bunch of good things about my man, and you might not have a man right now, for all I know, you gonna be like, well, shit, I heard he like ass. Let me walk around these little shorts and let me do something like this. And obviously, no, I'm not trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, damn, you done bent over there. I might look. It's a natural thing to look, but you never know. People take their own, and some bitches aggressive.
Whoa.
so you never know.
It's funny you talking about this because me personally, when I'm in a relationship, I don't try to have real lady friends. Like I might talk to them and just like in the moment type thing where they might like post something on social media or something. But I ain't really like looking to talk to my friends that are females. How do you feel about situations? Damn, I just lost my train of thought.
But you having a friend? A female friend?
Nah, it was something I was about to say around in bed. Because we was talking about friends.
Right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Please just talk about something else because I'm losing my mind right now.
Gosh. But
what
yeah.
the fuck was I about
so
to
you
say?
ain't staying at my house, friend. I'm so sorry. You can be mad, and I'm not putting you up in the room. Put yourself up in the room, but you won't be staying here.
Damn, I really don't remember what I was about to say.
It's okay. We just gonna move on for now. Hopefully it comes back to you.
Hopefully.
Let's see. I want to break it up for a tad second.
Okay.
So we're gonna do one of.
Oh, that's what I was about to say.
Well, dang.
It's always like that.
Go ahead. Then.
So we all hear stories.
Uh-huh.
What's probably one of the wildest cheating story you heard from somebody?
Like the person was cheating, or what they did to the person that they caught cheating?
No. I just said the wildest cheating story.
Wildest cheating story.
It's just whatever you think is the wildest.
Damn.
Well, let me tell you mine. That shit was wild. Know. So you know how you was talking about like you don't really want to have friends at your house because it ain't about trusting them. It's more of just like a temptation thing, which people have an argument about as well. Your man shouldn't be tempted to do that. But it's just like you said, we all human.
Yeah.
And like you said, we could have been beefing that day. Things could have been going bad, whatever the case may be. So I heard a story personally where it was a girl. Okay. She was in a committed relationship with somebody, but she lived with roommates. Okay. And I don't know why and how the fuck this happened, but she said she was asleep.
Oh, Lord.
She woke up and realized her man wasn't
he wasn't in the room? Oh, Lord.
He wasn't in the bed, and it's late now. Ooh. So I guess she thought he was probably going to go smoke or something, the case may be, right? No. She wakes up and go to the kitchen, and this nigga in there smashing another girl around their bed.
And she ain't beat
in the same house.
Oh, to beat their ass all up and through.
And what made it even worse, they stayed with each other after that. What?
No. Well, I ain't gonna say no, because
you know how bold you gotta be to be fucking another bitch in the house that your girl was sleeping in?
Well, if you stayed
and you was able to keep your bitch after that?
Nah, you was able to keep your bitch after that.
Man, he a cold ass nigga. I don't agree to it, but he's one cold ass nigga.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
That's wild. I don't know how I feel about that. I think we would have got evicted because I probably would have.
You got to be like motherfucking Left Eye. Burn that motherfucker down. The whole apartment complex with his ass in that bed.
All that shit up.
What's wrong with you?
Damn. Well, you got me beat. I can't think of none.
Listen, man. When I heard that story and that person said they was still with him after that, I said, damn, that nigga cold.
Yeah. But you never know. Maybe they did something like that before and you already knew. I mean, some people know they can get away with some shit, so they gonna do it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Damn. Why can I think of cheating stories when you ask me? But as soon as we done, I'm gonna have a whole bunch.
Hey, I don't know. Like you said, that was kind of foul, though. I don't think you're really gonna be able to beat that for real, for real.
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
That's wild. I don't even know what to say after that because I was like,
I guess I can ask you this. So, like I said, she stayed in the relationship. What made you think why she stayed, even though she knew he was a cheater?
Probably comfortability.
And he was. Oof, I don't know. Give me an example. Why would that be comfortability when you know this person?
Because a lot of times I feel like
shit like this.
I feel like a lot of times we'd be like, well, this was probably the worst thing he's done. So all the other stuff, it outweigh it. Or now I got to go back on more dates. Or now I got to do extra stuff. When I can just be with you and then you tell me you ain't going to do it again, I can go with that. And I already know you. I don't have to learn nobody else. I just got to sit there and hope and pray you don't cheat no more, I guess.
Man, I don't know.
I feel like that's why. Or you don't know, sometimes after shit like that happen, you don't see yourself no more. So maybe at that time she thought that's all she could, that's what she was good for. You was good for somebody to cheat on you like that and keep it moving. Because at that point, you low. Unless you cheating too, you've probably confidence is shot at that point.
True. So, that is crazy. So, my thing is, if they willing to be cheated on in that situation and stay with somebody, why do they put so much expectation on their next partners?
Because they've been hurt. So now but you shouldn't, but I expect you to do better than them. Because I'm putting all the trust that I probably didn't have at one point. I had trust for that nigga. He cheated. He broke that. So now when I build back a little bit of trust and I'm putting it in that next person, I just expect you to be on 10. Because I'm telling you my situation.
Nah, that's what it is.
I'm letting you know this nigga did this.
That's what it
is. This, and that. So I'm expecting you not to do that same shit. And I'm giving you all of that power at that point.
So what if I say, my last chick, she used to suck my dick like crazy. And I come into the next relationship and be like, nah, shawty, I told you my last girl was going crazy with the head game. You got to do the same, or if not, better. Is that fair?
That's what you want. But if she can't do it, you gotta go. I mean, if I expect you to come in and do everything he didn't do and you ain't giving me that, I can bounce.
No, that's
true.
So
if she ain't sucking your dick how you want her sucking your dick, you might have to go.
Okay. I just be trying to put it into perspective, even though it might not sound similar. Right. But I only can speak from my perspective as a man. We not worried about the same shit y'all be worried about.
Definitely. And
because like I said, if from I had one experience when a girl cheated on me, but I was young and I was really in love, or I thought I was really in love with this person, and I was trying to be willing to get over it, but only because that's what I just thought was the best thing to do. But the more you realize your situations, you start realizing this person is willing to cheat on you. What else is they willing to do? Right.
Definitely that'll do it. But it's also, like you said, the expectation. Somebody cheated on me as well. And then when I went into the next relationship, I was like, I'm not standing for shit. Yeah. So obviously that didn't last long because that's not how relationships work. You got to give some, you got to take some and balance it out. Ooh. So it was like, you did this. I'm like, I'm cool on that because the last nigga did this and I'm cool. So now I start comparing everything, which is not necessarily good at all. But that's a part of the curve of learning after cheating. I feel like it takes a little bit of time to get right. So
I think that's probably one of the hardest parts when you start going through relationships. You gotta remember that it has to be room for growth. Right. Because if you're not allowing people to show you who they are and you just telling them, they're gonna probably just put up this facade just to make it seem like they is this person, but still be fucked up behind closed doors.
Right. But that's, like you said, definitely the learning curve, because you mentally teach yourself that at some point, because you like, I'm in this relationship, it failed. I'm in the next relationship, it failed. So now I know I want you to cook, clean, this, and that. And when you get in, you like, if you don't do this, and that, we can't be cool. But you ain't even giving the person time to show you what they can do. But you teach yourself that so you don't get hurt. So it's a coping mechanism or defense mechanism. Sorry.
No, they both right.
So
It's definitely a coping one as well because you trying to make it seem like if this person is not doing what you want them to do, then they ain't right for you.
but the whole time, if you let them grow, y'all probably could work out and be good.
True. That is true too.
You never know until you learn it.
What that makes me want to ask this question, fuck the topics, because we just getting deep into some shit. Do you believe soulmates is real?
Yeah. Don't ask me why. I know you can ask me why.
I was just about to say. Why do you believe that? Because the more I'm going through life, the more I realize those things, like soulmates and just the big words where they use to like make it seem like everything is so spiritual and all that. It's cool to be spiritual, but I feel like you have to be real careful with shit like that because, like you said, if I believe in soulmates and like you said, I'm dating somebody and they not doing what I think they should be doing, I might think that person is not for me.
Correct.
But really, that person might just needed to be in a situation to grow and become a better version of that himself or herself that he could have been your soulmate.
Yeah.
But you pushed him away because you think, oh, since he not perfect right now, he not my one.
Well, then sometimes that's how you do the they come back thing, and that doesn't work for everyone. But sometimes it works for some people, you know, not everyone. And like you said, it all depends. You'll do stuff in your next relationship that you might not have done with me or with somebody else because that person makes you comfortable enough to do that. And then sometimes you might need to go away, grow, and come back. You never know.
So that comes to my next point.
Okay.
Instead of it being a soulmate, how do you not know it's just somebody that's willing to grow with you and you just found somebody that fits your standards and respects your boundaries and things of that nature?
I feel like you never know, I guess.
That's why I'm asking
we talk
that.
about it. Yeah, I don't think you ever would truly know. Even when you get married and you say you want to be with that person forever, you probably might not be. And I think it's just all... So if we keep talking about it more and I think about it, maybe not necessarily a soulmate, but I know people talk about like soul ties or like you have, damn, I forgot what they called it. But like, I guess like a spiritual partner in a sense. So we match really, really well. That doesn't mean that we meant to be together. It's just we match and we help each other grow. And then maybe I'll find somebody else to do that with as well.
Because I don't know. That's a real hard one because I think we all had a situation where we felt like there was that person that we thought was gonna be that one,
right?
And then you get down the road and you be like, you might have the qualities that I like,
right?
But you're not benefiting me in a sense of like not only pouring into me but pouring into the relationship. It's almost like you said they taking more than they giving. So that's the only reason why I asked that because it's like.
But it might also be because. I guess technically that's not what we're designed to do. Like be with one person
and what
forever.
Regards? What you mean?
So like, you know how it's like y'all are just here to procreate and like make babies and we're here to nurture and help those type of things. So I think it gets tricky when you're like you have to be with this person forever because technically I don't think that's what we were here to do. You kind of just here to move around, make babies live and keep going. Yep. And there's just so much stuff going on. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I want to get married. I want to be with somebody forever, but it's difficult. It's not really. A process. It's always a growth process in there. But I do like to still kind of believe in I guess you could say the fairy tales, the love at first sight, the soulmates type thing. But if you think about it in reality, it's probably not gonna happen that way.
Or maybe it's just a form of it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when I was growing up, I used to believe in fairy tale loves as well. Like I used to be like, damn. But see, even in situations like that, if you really think about it, those people kind of grew into those relationships as well. Like if you think about Cinderella, he probably would have never met the girl if she never came to the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's some kind of like spiritual thing that goes into it, but it's also like once you get to that level, you still got to do work.
That's true.
Just like when you do religious stuff, you can't just ask God for stuff to do for Him to do for you. You still gotta do your work as well.
Definitely have to put everything into it.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like you should try not to get so caught up in all of that. I guess it's just like the first love thing. You have first love, second love, whatever. And people are like, well, you love this many people. Or when you get out of it. Because I know, like, I had my first love. And when I got out, I was like, I ain't love that nigga. I didn't love. But you did.
Yeah.
It's just a low level of love at the time. Or not really knowing what love is, I guess you could say.
Like you said, it's a low level form of love.
So, like, I thought I was in love, but some of the processes that we were going through at the time and shit, I was in like middle school, high school, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Probably weren't good, but that doesn't mean the next person that I cared about I didn't love. I did for a while try to push it down, like I ain't love these people at all, but you did.
Yeah.
It just wasn't on the level of growth that I'm at now.
Yeah, that's true. Because when you start realizing that love is more than just a feeling and it's an action, you deal with a lot of shit, and that's the action that comes with love. You know what I'm saying? So.
What was it? So how do you know if you love somebody?
Me personally, the more I've been in relationships, I start to realize it's what you're willing to accept from your opposite partner.
Okay.
So in the sense of being like, you know, these things may bother you and you have the conversations about them, but you allow that person to grow and you give that person space to heal from their past traumas, support them in that regards. But like I said, love is more than just a feeling. It's the things that we show one another.
Right, that come with it.
So like if I tell you things I don't like and I'm seeing you make the necessary changes, I can appreciate that growth, and I expect and I assume that I get the same
in return
space. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just more of a give and take thing, like you said. I think it's an action that's really important. How much you willing to do for somebody that you probably wouldn't do for others.
That's true.
Because you gotta have patience for that shit, for real, for real.
I think it's also when you're willing to put their needs almost as high as yours.
Okay.
And then when you know that you need and want that person, but it's not in a controlling manner. I should need and want you so that we can grow and be better together, but it's not like you controlling me and telling me, you know, what I have to do and not do, and vice versa. And I also feel like when that person also becomes your best friend, I feel like that's important as well, because you should be able to talk to that person about anything.
Right.
So I feel like you kind of know when you're in love with somebody, and it could just be maybe you're in love in a great friendship. I feel like people take in love and put it only for sexual relationships, intimate relationships, but it's just like that can also be with the friend. Maybe I'm in love with you as a friend because I can talk to you about certain things, but you definitely should be a best friend in an intimate relationship as well. And like you said, grow and then give everybody space. Yeah. So I think that's good.
I think that's one of the most slept on things too, being a best friend.
Yeah.
Because we just look at it as like, we fucking.
Yeah. Like you should be my best friend, but you really should be. Just because you date don't mean y'all are best friends. I ain't trying to watch basketball with you.
I ain't trying to watch football with you.
I'm gonna do it.
I ain't trying to play the game with you. But I get it though, because if you interacting in those spaces with me, it's gonna give me a whole lot more enjoyment to be around you. Because now I don't have to feel like, damn, we just be so far apart from each other.
Right.
And I be doing my own little shit. And she don't do the shit that I do.
And usually you won't, but like you said, you just gotta be willing to do it. Yeah. You might not watch basketball. Shit, sit there and look at it and be on your phone. He don't know the difference because he don't give a damn. But it just, fun that way for you to do.
That's like if I be like, damn, I'm trying to go to Dave and Buster's, and you be like, I ain't on that kitty shit. I'll be like, ugh.
Because that's what you like to do. And like you said, it's accepting each other. Now, obviously, you don't have to, I hate people like, you have to accept everything. I don't have to accept everything that you do. But I also did hear when you find the perfect person to go through everything with. So instead of me always trying to change you or another person or anything like that, you find that person, you're going to have flaws, I'm going to have them too, but which one outweighs which? And then just go from there.
So you basically saying your pros should outweigh your cons. And then those cons should be hopefully something you can accept. Yeah. Or that person can fix in a sense.
And if they just that bad, then walk away. And I'm really big now on walking away. And I don't mean baby fights, walk away. But if it's something that y'all keep hitting the same wall about over and over again, it's really no point. You just wasting each other's time at that.
Correct.
So
I agree. I definitely agree on that one.
I like that.
Well, let's end this on a good note. We also want to add a segment as well of some people sending their most reckless moments.
Yes, please. We want to hear those.
Because it couldn't be reckless world without some recklessness. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to give you two. We're going to just do one this time.
Yeah, just one.
We're going to do one reckless moment each.
Okay.
And then after that, we hope to hear some reckless moments from y'all. Don't be scared to hit us up in a DM at the Reckless World Podcast. I'm going to have it on the screen. And I'm also having it in the description so y'all can follow the page. And just send us some reckless moments because we really want to hear them. You don't have to put your name.
Right.
It can be anonymous. But if you want people to know your name and if you want us to shout you out like your Instagram or anything of that nature, we'll shout you out on that as well. But definitely send them reckless moments.
Or just anything that you want to hear. If you want to hear something let's talk about, definitely send that as well.
That's why we put that in the beginning for y'all. But what's your reckless moment?
At the moment, my reckless moment that I can think of, for some reason they always are in the car. I don't understand why.
Okay.
I was driving. Where the hell was I going? I think I was on the way back from a job interview or on the way to a job interview. Whatever.
Okay.
I had somewhere to go. I was driving, following my stupid ass GPS, trying to go downtown. All these one ways, don't know where the hell I'm going. GPS say turn right. I'm like, bet I gotta turn right. Put my blinker on. Ain't nobody want to let me go. So you know how I get down. We gonna go. So you gonna let me go one way or another. So I scared, jump in front of this car. It was an undercover cop.
Oh my god.
So he pulled me over and he was like, "What the hell are you doing? You almost fucking made me hit the curb." I said, "Sir, I have somewhere to go." I was following. He was like, "What were you fucking texting?" And I was like, "No, I was following my GPS. I don't really know how to, GPS be lying. GPS be like, turn here and then it's further up." So I'm like, "Shit, I'm gonna miss the turn." And I cut him off. He claimed he almost hit the curb. I don't believe that. But he was upset.
Yo.
God was with me, though, because I ain't get no ticket. He just cussed me out a little bit and told me to stop being on my phone. Even though I was following the GPS, they need to make better GPS.
Well, they do make better GPS.
First of all.
It's just that you was using your phone as the GPS. And that's where it get a little tricky around there, man.
So, yeah. He was pissed.
That's a good reckless moment, because
I
don't fuck with no cops, man.
Man.
I don't fuck with no cops. I really don't.
I had an attitude. I didn't even feel bad. I should have.
I'm trying to think. Oh, one of my reckless moments. I was out and about with a friend, and we was at a hookah spot, and we was chilling. It was like kind of like a semi let out. So we out and about. He went to go talk to a girl. I'm just chilling because I just was out there to have fun that night around their bed. So he talking to a girl, and then out of nowhere, we hear a car pull up in the front and let off a shot. But at the time, we thought it was just a firework. So I'm chilling, but I felt something graze my chin. So like the bullet like ricocheted off the ground and like cut my cheek right
Oh,
there.
dang.
So I'm like, yo, I'm telling my homeboy, I'm like, yo, we got to get out of here. Something ain't feeling right. He was like, wow, what's going on? I was like, man, you ain't hear that? I was like, that's a gunshot. It's like, no, man, that might just be a firework. I said, bro, it can't be. And he was like, all right, hold on, let me do what I had to do. So he chopping it up.
Do what I had to do.
Yeah, he chopping it up with the girl, whatnot. The next thing you know, we start hearing police sirens. I'm like, yo, we got to get up out of here because I ain't trying to figure out what the fuck going on. So boom, we hitting the back alley and shit because I'm trying to get to the car. I'm like, I ain't trying to even be here right now. So we hit the car. We go home. Chop it up with him. I was like, yo, look. I showed him my face. It was bleeding and whatever the case may be. And then, like, we made a post. It was like, damn, we was out last night. Shit got crazy. And the next thing you know, like, that morning, we seen a post. Somebody had got shot in front of the hookah spot.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's real reckless. Your homeboy reckless, too, because he was trying to stay out there. And I'm trying to tell you, we got to go.
That's what I'm saying. I said, nigga, we needs to go.
I would have left you.
But you know that's how it be though. You be trying to hold it down
had to
for
get
your
left.
partners. You try to hold it down for your partners.
Forget her and you. Would have had to get left.
Should have been like, nah, nigga, just ride with her, dog.
Yep.
I'm out of here.
Let her take you home.
I'm out of
I'm
here.
out.
Deuces.
Cannot.
But yeah, that's my reckless moment. And we would love to hear some reckless moments for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We out of here.
Peace.
Deuces.